Welcome to Tuesday training. We're going to look at the sales dashboard, which is one of the most used and helpful reports in StoneSpot. To get there, you go to the Reports tab, and then you want to go to Sales Dashboard. In this report, you're going to be able to look at a lot of different sales data and see your sales broken out in a lot of different ways. There are two main sections to this report. You can compare dates, or you can compare against a budget. We'll start with the compare dates. You have your report dates here. So let's say we're working year to date right now. So I'm going to say, or first half of the year. So I'll put as January through June 30th. If I want to, I can compare against a different set of dates. So here we're going to say we're going to compare against last year, the same period. So January through last year of June. Once you build your report dates, then you can also look at some different things here. So if you have multiple locations, you can just look at one location at a time, all locations, or just certain locations. We're also going to be able to choose discount line items. So if we have a line item on an invoice, so an item you use to track your discounts, you can look for it here. By looking for a line item you want to be broken out, I'm going to call them invoice refunds for my scenario here. I can also exclude certain items from the total. So let's say my cemetery fees or my foundation fees, I don't want those included. And so I will go and find what I'm trying to keep out, maybe a setting fee, and mark that as items I want excluded. Well, I thought I had a setting fee, but I don't. You get the idea. Maybe we want some of these things not included. After you get all of these things ready, you can click Update. Update will run the report for you. You can see here we have our completed orders. This also helps to quickly help you understand these are orders that have been archived. According to my not very complete data, I have $30 of orders that were archived in the current report period and none that were archived last year. This will show me the variance and the variance as a percentage, so I can check that out. My new sales report is here. These little question marks will help you to know exactly what this data represents. So this is total sales from new orders created within the selected date range. And the amounts are pre-tax. And so it gives me this information. It looks like I'm down 63% this year over last year where I was at almost 40,000. So there's some graphs to help you see this data visually. And then it goes to the next section. So discounts on new sales, open AR balances by end date of the period. So in our example, this would reflect our open AR balance as of June 30th, 2026. Here's our open AR balance as of June 30th, 2025. And it'll show me, of course, variance and difference. We can also see sales by salesperson, sales by client type, wholesale versus retail, and sales by wholesale customer. So this will give you in-depth look at each customer, maybe who's selling more or less over last year's data or over your compare dates. So again, this is the first way to use this report. The second way to use this report is actually by building a budget. And when you build a budget at the beginning of the year, you can look and throughout the year kind of see how you're tracking according to your budget. So I'm going to run this report from January 1st to June 30th also. I'm going to set my budget here. So I'm going to just worry about my budget for new sales. Sorry, I'm on a smaller screen, so this is a little bit cropped out, but you'll see it. You can obviously scroll through it. If you're on a bigger screen, you'll see all months together. So maybe location 1, I'm hoping to make 10,000 and then 20,000 back to 10. You get the idea. I can kind of set the budget according to what my projections are for each month. Once I have those set and I run this report, we can see that according to my budget, by June 30th, I was hoping to have sold 65,000. I only sold 110. And so this is the way you can build budgets. You can build budgets for each section of this report. Maybe you set a budget for your salespeople or your wholesale customers, and you can build their budgets out and then compare the section against the budget. One last thing on this report. Each of these reports, you're able to export each section of the report to Excel. If you do this, it will actually show you, you can see these are all the orders that make up the total for this section for the no location of new sales. So if I export this, I'll have this summary data on the first tab, but then each tab will have this broken out data for each location. So you can get quite a bit more in the details if you export to Excel. You can also export this entire report to Excel, and that will just give you all the summary data for each section. I hope you enjoy using this new sales report. It's super helpful and a lot of great information you can use to help run your business more effectively.